Welcome back to your Daily Dose. My name is Robert. By now, you know Ashley. She's been with us for a single Daily Dose and a single jam for Joy. I hope you'll join us at another jam, should your time allow, by the way.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I definitely have to come back.
Yeah, it's an open invite. And as you know, I mean, it's important. It's in our title. And I let me know if this came through too, because I know it befuddles some people. Yes, and exercise. And like any exercise, it's not something you do once and go, great, I'm done. It's a practice. Did that come through to you like, oh, okay? Because some people, I think, really view anything that, we're in the medical lane, like, where's that magic pill? Where's the thing I can set it and forget it? Instead of like, we don't pull any punches and say, this is going to take effort. We hope the effort's fun.
I think that's what was wonderful and scary in the best way about it, because as I was in the Jam for Joy and realizing I'm getting so many lessons from this and I need this as a creator, as a human, that I can't just show up once and be like, got this, now I'm set. I really have to make myself, as I said last episode, vulnerable and visible by continuing to show up and continuing to practice it. And I feel like the more I do that and the more I show up for a Jam for Joy, it will start bleeding into the rest of my life. And I'll realize that it's not just this 1 hour that I'm doing this, but what would be possible if I did this more broadly in my existence.
What is it you think that keeps us or makes it difficult for us to retain that visibility and vulnerability in day-to-day life? What makes it hard?
Yeah, I think for me, at least, I don't know, I can't speak to anyone else. There could be a fear around being fully seen. Like, will I belong? Will I fit in? Will I be accepted? Will I be loved as I am? And so sometimes my tendency in life has been to dim myself, to dim my light, to shrink back, to not trust that whatever I'm putting out in the world, that there's space for me. Again, that I think there's this root of like, will I be loved? Will I be wanted for all of us? And so sometimes I'll shrink back and I'm realizing, no, the only way to be loved, accepted, to feel connection to other people is to be all of who you are and to not dim that. And so I know that seems like maybe a disparate connection, although I know you wouldn't think so. The Jam for Joy really is a foundation for doing that.
I agree. And, it's funny, even having, made this and done it for years, one of our players who'd been with us for about 1.5 years said just very bluntly the other day as she was looking and listening, doing all the work, she goes, so wait a minute. So this is really all about connecting, right? And everybody just kind of stopped and we're like, yeah, that's it. Because I think sometimes people hear some of the language you might have used there and said, either dim my light or be my full self. And they see those at opposite ends of the spectrum. And the fact is you can be your full self within a connection, right? You can be fully present and available, and whatever your gifts and, highest good, highest feeling is, and within that space, support another person, to not make, because people, I think, falsely think, and this fits within the creative and certainly the performative elements of improv, oh, that's someone saying, hey, look at me. And we play antithetically to that, at least the way we do it.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. And that's what I mean when I say not dim my light. It also means allowing myself to show up and receive and support. And that was what was so special in that space. And I think why I stepped away so nourished, because I felt supported and held. And also I got to support and hold in certain ways my partners, or when they had like what is it? Ouija? What happens then? Auga, there we go. So I just had an auga. But when you have that moment where you mess up and you get to like be present for that person and not judge them, that's so nourishing too. And you can only be vulnerable in the space of connection. When you're doing it by yourself, it's not quite the same.
I love the way you said that, because, I think that you mentioned fear as well. And that fear of failing, not just for ourselves, but in front of others, keeps us from taking risks, being our full selves, being fully seen. Because how painful would it be if we were being our full selves and then failing in a way that made us feel less than, not accepted, worthless, any of those types of things, shameful. I understand all those human emotions and why we would stay away from that, perhaps.
And Jam for Joy, you create such a safe space for this to happen. I don't mean safe like it's small or you don't take risks. Right. You do, like, you get to adventure, you get to play, you get to experiment, but you need that foundation where you feel safe to do those things. And that's what you create.
It's funny you say that, because that's the phrase was, we use safe, but we say safe and brave, that those things go together. Hey, hold on for one more. We got to get one more dose with you, okay?
Let's do it.
All right. See you back in a minute.